One smart fellow, he smelt fart.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
One smart fellow, he felt smart.
One smart fellow, he smelt fart. Why?
Hello once again to the podcast. I'm Matt, and with me is Jessy.
Hello, hello.
Today is a different kind of episode. Jessy, why don't you tell the listeners what we're doing today?
Yeah, so we figured we'd do a bit more of a fun one, kind of a get to know us episode a little bit. So we're going to do 20 questions.
And where did we get these questions from?
Yeah, we got them from AskReddit. So we basically just scrolled through the top posts of all time and picked the ones we like the most.
Yeah, we scrolled through every single one.
It felt like it. Holy.
No, we got to like the bottom of the top of all time questions. We actually got to the bottom of it.
I guess we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. But worth it. But
we picked 20 of our favorite questions, and we're going to answer them here, live, recorded on It's 3 a.m.
And this is important.
Hell yeah. All right.
Woo.
So you want to just kick this thing off? You want to just go for it?
Yeah. All right. So question number one.
Ooh,
so
question
exciting.
number one.
Steve Irwin has pinned you down in a headlock. What cool facts does he tell the audience about you and your habitat?
I love this question.
Yeah,
so much. There's just like this vivid visual in my mind where it's just like him in front of a camera and they just like stumble upon me in the wild.
Yeah.
Just like laying there with like Cheetos stains on me and stuff.
Dorito fingers.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. He's got Cheeto fingers. You can tell his natural prey is Cheetos. Do you want to answer this question first, or should I?
Yeah. Why don't you go first, there, Matt?
Cool facts he tells the audience about me and my habitat. Okay, well, first of all, I'm just in a headlock. Steve Irwin's got me pinned down to the ground, and I'm confused. I'm crying a little bit. But yeah, I think one of the first things he would probably say about me is that he lives in a very sedentary lifestyle. He lives in a dark basement where no light ever pierces through. He's a nocturnal animal. And I just went like full British for some reason.
Yeah. Australian accents are really freaking hard to do.
Yeah, I can't even like pretend to know how to do one. So anyway, sorry anybody. So he would say like I live a sedentary lifestyle. I don't leave my natural den very much. I primarily exist at night. And my main prey is anything that can be put into a microwave.
All right.
He lives on craft dinner. I guess more recently he would probably say I'm a herbivore, but not a very good one because all of the food I eat is not natural, but it is based on plants. Definitely has the idea of plants.
Right.
Yeah, my natural habitat is dark. It is soft. It is cozy. And that's about it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess interesting facts about me would be that he has a very good ear. And he can hear things, and he knows how to sing the songs of his people.
Yeah.
He would be probably called the songbird of his generation.
Oh my God. The acoustics are all off. My throat's been sore for like a month.
And he has, he's got a sick SoundCloud. You gotta check it out. Anyway, that's how I feel Steve Irwin would describe me.
Yeah, sure.
How about you go for it? What do you think?
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, I feel like pretty similar to yours, honestly.
Sedentary lifestyle, lives primarily at night.
Yeah. Crikey, look at this little fella. He's mostly nocturnal, just like you.
Yeah.
We're definitely night owls.
Yes.
He's in a symbiotic relationship with the common house cat.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't mention my cats.
Yeah. What else? He relies heavily on other members of his species to provide food and sustenance.
Yeah. The other members of the ecosystem that surrounds him.
Through online food delivery applications. He's a lover of music, television. He's got a very small area of space that he occupies. He calls it a couch. Calls it a bed.
A couch and a bed, 2 soft surfaces.
2 soft surfaces. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not much to say about us. Steve Irwin, you don't have much to say about our species, do you?
Yeah. Well, our entire species, I feel like, hasn't been super exciting for the last, year.
No, I guess not, yeah. We've all kind of been living the sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, avoiding other humans as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's a weird year for Homo sapiens.
It really is.
Yeah. All right. Number 2.
Question 2.
Question 2. Why do you like to be alive?
Why do I like to be alive? I like that we chose like the deepest question for our second one.
Yeah. It's really, really getting in there. And maybe I'll answer this one first.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I like to be alive because, I don't know, I feel like it'd be boring to not be alive, Like there's just...
Well, I guess you wouldn't really know.
Yeah. Well, something I like to sort of think about is like, as far as like death goes and stuff like that, or like what's beyond death is like...
Sure.
There's really like, think about like, I don't know, before you were born, there was just like nothing. You have no memory of it. There's no feeling of it. So I kind of imagine that would be what
kind
death
of
is
similar.
like. Yeah. Just like this super deep nothingness.
Yeah.
Which to me seems kind of comforting. But yeah, so I like it because, I
Here's
don't
a
know.
weird
Life
question.
is so rare. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. And might as well make the most of it while we're here,
Here's a weird question about that nothingness.
Yeah.
This is a really weird question.
Hit me.
Do you ever feel like you can kind of know what that felt like? Do you ever get like this weird sort of idea that maybe you actually know what that felt like? Maybe what the nothingness was?
No, I don't think so. No. My answer is no.
Yeah.
I don't think so. What about you?
Well, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know anything about anything.
Yep.
I don't know shit about fuck, but
Thanks
like...
for listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Shit, man, I don't know.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck, dude. Like, seriously, it's hard to know. But I don't know. Like, we're all composed of, as Neil deGrasse Tyson would like to say, star stuff.
Yes.
Or I guess that was more Carl Sagan's jam, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson started saying it. But I don't know. I feel like maybe some of our cells retain that memory of their origins, of where they come from. I don't know. It's just been like a fun little thought experiment I've tried in the past. Just like the fact that the cells that we're all made up of once existed somewhere else and have existed in billions of other things.
Yeah.
Over the course of the universe's lifespan. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe there's some certain concoction of drugs you can take to kind of get there. Maybe some form of super deep meditation to get in touch with that kind of energy. I guess?
We were just talking about that brain meme.
yeah, the transcending the different levels of transcension. I don't know. That's not a word.
Transcendentation.
Yep, nailed it.
I guess I'll answer this question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've thought about it a few times, and like I've battled bouts of depression, and I am clinically depressed, and it's sometimes hard to imagine why we're alive or why I like being alive.
I didn't ask to be here.
None of us exist on purpose. What is that Rick and Morty thing? None of us exist on purpose. Let's go watch TV.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, no, I've definitely wrestled with the idea of like, do I really like being alive? That kind of thing. And
yeah,
I've got therapy and medication and all that crap, but I don't know. I think over the last couple of years, I've found reasons that I really like being alive or just having the opportunity to exist. Mm-hmm. It's like 1 in a trillion or something that you even get to exist in the place that you do, in the time that we do, with the people that are around me. I just like having the opportunity to exist and to enjoy this random little rock in the middle of space.
Yeah.
And actually be happy sometimes. Like, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, that in and of itself is a Christmas miracle for sure.
Yeah. And like I grew up in North America and Canada, like one of the best places in the world to live. Like,
yeah. As a white male, no less.
As a white man.
Yeah.
Like the amount of luck that I've had and the privilege that I've had, like I'm very thankful that I was given the opportunity that I do just to exist.
Certainly. Yeah. Awesome. Question number 3. If instead of rebooting movies, retelling them from a different point of view became popular, which movie would you like to be retold?
That's a good question.
That's a tough question.
Is it though? You know what I want from a different perspective? I want cars. like the Disney Pixar movie Cars.
Yeah. From whose perspective?
From the last remaining human.
I don't know if you ever see humans in those movies, do you?
Don't, but there's a reason for that.
But there's got to be.
Listen, man, there had to have been some huge cataclysmic event. Like, if you look at Cars, there's like one theory that it's like a post-apocalyptic world where the cars have gained sentience or some bullshit like that, where all of humanity has been wiped out.
Yeah.
And that's why the place is populated by cars. But what if it were like I Am Legend style of like just the last remaining dude from the Cars?
Yeah.
You know, from that movie. And it were just the scariest thing in the world. You'd have to wait until the cars are parked to like go scavenge for things.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
until they're
man.
not paying attention.
I forget what it's called, but Stephen King writes a short story where like basically cars come to life. And it's sort of like that premise of, just like these humans like desperately trying to hide away from all these crazy freaking vehicles.
So yeah, fuse that with Cars. Make it nice and cute and Dixar. You know what? Disney Pixar, the combo word for that is Dixar.
It's genius.
Yeah. And tell it from the last remaining human, I Am Legend style, man against cars.
Now I'm just imagining
man versus car.
You terrified, like running from Mater.
Yeah. That would be the trailer. It's the man running away
to wrap around your legs or something. And
oh, yeah.
Oh,
so that's
great.
what I want.
All right.
That is my answer.
Good answer. I don't know what movie I would want retold from a different perspective. Maybe like, because this one's kind of tricky. The first movie that came into my head was like the Blade Runner series.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh God, what are they called? What are the robots called?
Replicants.
Yes. Right? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Maybe from like the replicants' perspective, but that's kind of tricky because the whole point of the movies is that like, is it being told from the human perspective or is it being told from the replicant perspective? Well, so I don't know if that one fully counts.
Wasn't 2049 basically told from Kay's perspective, though?
Yeah, and he is a replicant. But I'm thinking of more along the original with Harrison Ford, and you're not really sure, right?
Sure, but Harrison Ford is also a replicant, is he not?
Well, we don't really know.
Right.
And then in 2049, there's like all sorts of things to sort of imply that he is a human because he
aged.
He aged, and then he's not doing like the crazy thing that Kay is doing, like just sheer running through like cement walls and stuff like that.
Sure,
but yeah. So I don't know if that one really counts, but I'm gonna call that as my answer.
Yeah, like the Blade Runner series told from maybe not even one of the main replicants.
That or like maybe like Mars Attacks from the aliens' perspective, just because that's the most ridiculous movie, and the way the humans win is the stupidest thing ever. And I don't know.
Oh, that was such a good movie. I used to watch that in like sick days.
Yeah, I love the boxing scene.
Yeah.
When he boxes the queen to death. Oh my gosh. Good
All right.
stuff.
Well, next question then.
All right, question number 4. What do you know is true without evidence? What are you certain of in your bones without proof?
I don't know. Do you have an answer for this?
I do have an answer for this one. Women's pockets, and it's all because of big purse.
Big purse.
Big purse. Women's pockets are smaller and not functional really at all in order to encourage purse sales.
Purse sales and handbags.
Yeah. Bit of like a tame one, but I'm absolutely certain that's what's
I don't know. I think some people might really feel passionately about this.
Well, I'm sure like all of our female listeners out there do. I mean, I've never
because
had
if that were a problem for me, I'd be pissed. I don't want like another accessory that I have to have because my pockets don't work.
Yeah.
It's
like
just stupid.
the fact that the majority of female pants pockets doesn't fit like your average fucking cell phone is just like ridiculous.
It's stupid. The shit that I can fit in my pockets is dumb.
I can fit my whole life in my pockets, and any given pair of pants that I own, I can fit my whole fucking life in there.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never really needed to carry any kind of bag or anything with me because I can fit everything in my pockets.
Yeah.
And I think everyone deserves that luxury.
I agree with that.
So if you're listening, big purse, big handbag, fuck you.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, you're done.
Fight the machine.
You're fucking done.
Yeah, so that's mine.
What do I know? What's the question again?
What do you know is true without evidence? What are you certain of in your bones without proof? So I guess it's just kind of conspiracy theory level stuff.
I think something that hits home for me on this one is that cats actively ignore you.
Oh, for sure. I agree with that.
They decide when you get to interact with them, and when you say their name, they pretend to be sleeping.
Yeah.
They pretend to sleep all the time, I bet.
Because you can see a little, or at least for my cat, you can see a little ear twitch.
Yeah,
you
but they're
know?
like, nah, I don't want to fucking deal with you right now.
Yeah.
So what I know to be true without evidence is that my cats are dicks.
Yeah, no doubt. And yet you love them anyways.
Yeah, I love them. I don't know why. It's an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just take nasty shits and then carry the stink around with them. They're so inconsiderate. Anyway, yeah, that's what I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Question number 5.
Ooh.
What's your favorite poverty meal that you still eat regardless of where you are financially?
Ooh, something I still love to eat. It's like one of my favorite meals.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most depressing things.
Yeah.
Is crushed up ramen. I love crushed up ramen with like the powder packet and just like shake it up, crush it up, shake it up, and then just like eat it by hand like popcorn.
Yeah, a bunch of crunch and munch.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things to eat. I just love that shit.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the cheapest meals you could ever get.
Yeah, like 80 cents and you're good to go.
Yeah, I love it.
Easy.
That's the best.
Nice.
So that's mine.
All right. Well, I was going to say something along the lines of just spicing up a bowl of ramen as well, but
Right.
this one doesn't really count as a meal. And I'm really trying to work on it because I'm trying to eat less fish. But I really like just like a can of tuna.
A can of tuna.
Yeah,
just like
opening
crack
up
it
a can
open
of
and just eat
tuna,
it.
salt, pepper, and just like munching on that. It's not really a meal, I guess. It's more of like a snack.
I mean, I used to eat that all the time.
Yeah, but I just love it. It's so simple. I don't use toast. I'm not trying to make a freaking sandwich or anything like that.
Yeah, you just crack the can open, grab a fork or whatever, and just eat it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've done it for almost as long as I can remember, and every now and again I bust one out. And yeah,
You might be part cat.
if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd still do it. So
Yeah, same with the ramen for me. I'd still do that shit.
yeah,
Like, I don't think my food taste would change at all.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I don't,
no,
I don't
totally.
think so
Like,
either.
I think tuna out of a can. It's pretty
Yeah.
cheap little option too.
Or like an even grosser version. I don't do this one anymore. But it was when I was like fresh 18 and like just moved out of the house. I used to do this one all the time. Is can of tuna. You get some hickory sticks, a little bit of mayo. And you
Okay.
like just like mix it up, and you don't put it in a sandwich. It's kind of gross. You just eat it out of the bowl.
Yeah.
But there's something about adding some hickory sticks in there.
Huh.
A little bit of crunch, that smoky flavor. I don't know. It sounds disgusting, but I
I've
promise it elevates.
never thought about doing that
Yeah.
ever. So
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's-
I can't knock it because I like some weird food too. So
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough, man.
Yeah. If you're feeling like a weird freaking meal, try it out.
Yeah. That's fucked up. I think hickory sticks are Canadian though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Canadian
Pretty sure.
listeners,
Yeah.
go hard, and sorry if you live in the States.
Yeah.
So, question number 6. What song is 10 out of 10, yet hardly anyone has heard of it?
I've actually got the perfect song. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard. Like, it's on my top 5 songs for sure.
Okay.
And it's a song called, well, you know the song. It's called The Archer by Adam Melchior. Yeah, it's just this beautiful, perfect tune that I wish I'd written. Gorgeous vocals, wonderful voice,
Yeah.
beautiful delivery. The instrumentation is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just love it. Like, it's one of my favorite songs is The Archer by Adam Melchior.
And I can definitely vouch for you on that one. It is a banger. It's as good as like any Bon Iver song, any kind of like Frank Ocean song. Like it's
It
just
stands
as
up
good.
to the best of them.
Yeah,
like,
if
it's
not better.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. And it just hits you in the heart.
Totally. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Good choice. Good pick.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh boy. So this one I actually listened to this morning. I'm going to go with it because it's like a fun song. I've known it for a while and I don't know if many people know about it. So it's called Toothpaste Kisses by the Maccabees.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're called Maccabees.
The Maccabees.
And
That
I have
sounds
a really
right to me.
hard time just giving one. So I'm going to give 2. Whole Wide World by the Bahamas. We were listening to that one in the car earlier today and that one's just
Yeah, that's a good one.
freaking excellent too.
I think that's a cover, isn't it?
Probably. I don't know. I just know his version, but nowadays
It
it
is
seems
great.
like most things are.
I guess if I would add a second one, it would be You Missed My Heart by Sun Kill Moon.
Oh, so good.
But I like the Phoebe Bridgers cover better.
Right. Question number 7. If you could telepathically say something that all people on Earth could hear once, what would it be?
Damn. Everyone would hear it just once.
Just one damn?
Just one damn.
Yeah. Okay.
There's so many things that I'd like want to say. I think one really weird one would be like jump. Because
Jump.
what if everyone in the world jumped at the same time?
Just like instinctively.
Yeah, just like if I were like say it to their heads, they would think it's like a thought coming from their own brains,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah.
So then if you said like jump, then everyone would jump at the same time, hopefully.
Yeah.
Should we
just jump right now?
I guess we're jumping, and then everyone jumps. What happens? Earthquake?
Huh.
Nothing at all? Who knows?
Who knows?
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, maybe like a couple. I'm definitely not ttrying to change the world or anything like that. You know, I'm not thinking I'm gonna use this as some sort of crazy platform. So either I'd say something goofy like Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Because I just think that would be hilarious.
What the fuck?
Or maybe like some sort of like ghost noise, like ooh.
Yeah. I think no matter what you say, this is going to be like an event in history.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
Like the great whatever you said it'll be that. It'll be the great ooh or the great Baba Booey. Like, can you imagine?
Earth's top scientists try to figure this thing out.
It's like the bloop, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, just something goofy.
Or you could play like a really annoying song. And everyone's head like one of like Hey Macarena or some shit.
Oh my God. The whole world just does the Macarena.
World.
Oh, that's fantastic. Shall we move on?
Yeah, why not?
Question number 8. What old video games do you still play regularly?
For me personally, I play the Zelda games every year. Like basically every Zelda game. My favorite usually to do just like as a starter is like just Ocarina of Time. I like Link to the Past, Phantom Hourglass, Wind Waker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I play all of the old Zelda games too, like the original Zelda, Zelda 2. And those are like some of my favorite games. Like I just love going back to them.
Nice.
Constantly every year playing Zelda.
They hold up. They really do. I mean,
yeah, they do. They're beautiful games.
Zelda's huge for a reason, I guess, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think mine would probably be, and this one's probably going to be pretty obscure. I don't know how many people actually have ever really played this game, but it's for Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
And it is the Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King edition. And it's basically like this precursor to like Diablo, sort of. Like you go along the campaign in like the third movie and you find like little objects and you level up your abilities and stuff like that. But
I definitely owned that.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like so quality, and every now and again I'll be going through my stuff and I see my Game Boy.
Yeah.
And that's the game that I have to like play.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like that is a bit obscure, but yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah.
I think I do the same thing with like this one Dungeon Crawler that was on PSP.
Okay.
One of my favorite games ever. So well done. But yeah, I don't even remember what it's called.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
All
right. Question number 9. What is the pettiest, silliest hill you will die on?
Oh, man. I think actually you and I got into an argument about this once.
Yeah?
Like a heated argument. Like it was bad, and it is the pettiest hill I'm willing to die on.
Okay.
It's people listening to music on their cell phone speakers.
Oh.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Cell phone speakers will never sound good. They will never be good enough. And I need people to realize that for no reason, because however you enjoy music is how you enjoy music. I get that. But also, fuck you for listening on your phone.
All right. I feel like I have to defend myself a little bit. And first off, you're yucking my musical yum. So how dare you? Number 1, I never play this outside. I never play this in my phone in public or anything like that. So I just want to clear the air on that.
Yeah. I'm not blaming you of listening on like a bus or something.
Okay.
Just the fact that you're listening to music on your cell phone speaker.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a guy that always likes to have music going, and sometimes I don't feel like headphones, and my phone speaker is the easiest option.
I get that.
But I appreciate
you're sacrificing quality for convenience.
Yeah. I really can't argue against that for sure.
But that is the hill. That is my hill.
That is your hill. That is your Everest.
I am the loneliest man on this tiny hill
that
no one else is on.
Well, you're an audio guy. Makes sense. Makes sense.
How about you?
Mine is, and we've gotten in many fights. Not really serious fights, but we've gotten fights about this.
Okay.
For sure. You already know what I'm going to say, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so.
So we both live in Calgary, Alberta, and our CFL stadium, where we have the Calgary Stampeders.
Right? Yeah, McMahon Stadium.
Yeah, it's called McMahon Stadium, but it's not spelt McMahon Stadium. So the way the stadium is spelled is M-C for like the Mech, and then M-A-H-O-N.
Yeah, McMahon.
McMahon. That's how Calgarians say it, is McMahon. And I think that's the stupidest fucking thing. I know the English language is confusing at the best of times, but it's spelled McMahon. McMahon.
Spelled McMahon.
McMahon would be M-C-M-A-N.
Nah.
McMahon.
Nah.
But you add an HON at the end and you're trying to tell me that you're just going to ignore that whole
It's
situation?
like McMahon.
No.
McMahon.
No. But
Yeah,
nobody says it like
man.
that.
Yeah, but no one says Calgary either.
Yeah,
you know?
but that's at least like I can kind of understand that you're not kind of deviating too far from the spelling of the word. That makes sense to me. But McMahon is what it should be, not McMahon.
Well, there's no
and it's
E
the
at the
same
end.
thing with Colonel. It should be
Colonel?
colonel. And like, I don't know, till I was in like grade fucking 11 or something
Yeah.
like that, I would read it in my head as colonel.
I still read it in my head as colonel.
Do you?
Yeah, and then I have to convert it to colonel.
Yeah.
I have to be like, it's colonel. but
Okay, I'm
it's
glad I'm
always
not
going to
the-
be colonel.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I just don't understand that one either. Like, what were we thinking when we collectively decided that that's what we were going to do?
Well, maybe we weren't.
I don't think we were. I don't know. Anyway, that's the hill that I'm willing to die on.
Yeah.
It should be McMahon. I hate that it's
Well,
McMahon.
there's no E at the end though. If anything, it would be McMahon.
Yeah, even that would be
If you
preferable to
wanted
McMahon.
that, like if you wanted it to be spoken improperly, then yeah, McMahon or McMahon would be fine. But
I would rather McMahon than McMahon.
the real version is McMahon.
Yeah. I think after like our fifth argument about it or something, I finally just had to like concede.
Yeah.
And now I do say
And I also got
McMahon.
Google Translate to pronounce it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was McMahon.
Yeah, she said McMahon. That was the final nail in the coffin.
Oh
there.
man.
So I guess I died on the hill. I guess
I guess
died
so.
on the
Yeah,
hill.
you're dead on that hill.
Yeah. I've been rotting away on that thing for quite a while.
Goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
Question number 10. For people who like to listen to full albums, what are your favorite albums to binge?
I've got so many.
Yeah.
Because I do like spend days sometimes just listening to records because I'm a hipster. But there's a ton of records that I just really always go back to. There's Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. One of my favorite albums to just like listen to and chill. It's a very chill, very beautiful record. Kinda Blue by Louis Armstrong. Also a great one. And one of the lesser known that I really love, like I listen to on a regular basis, is an album by Art Blakey, The Jazz Masters, I think it's called. And it's a beautiful record. So yeah, if I were to give like 3 recommendations, it would probably be those.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Neato. How about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to give more than one because it's just so hard with
Yeah.
musical stuff. And mine are probably going to be a little bit more common, but that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever you like.
First one is going to be Blonde by Frank Ocean, which
Oh, yeah.
hopefully most people are familiar with.
Very good one.
I think I spent a solid 5 years after it got released just cycling through every single song. And like, I don't think there's a weak moment on that entire album. I don't think there's a single second
No,
of
it stays
wasted
strong.
space.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's got infinite replayability. So that's the number one. Number 2 would be a blanket statement is really any of Bon Iver's albums, but
Oh,
maybe
sure.
in particular, 22 A Million.
Oh, yeah.
Another one that's just like really complex and you can listen to it a million times and get something new out
Yeah.
of like each and every song.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that record.
Yeah. And like, admittedly, I really didn't like it when I first listened to it, but kind of,
Sure, yeah. It's really like a departure from the
Yeah.
other albums for sure.
yeah. But like, I don't know, maybe 5 listens in, it kind of just suddenly clicked. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
you just
oh,
learn
oh
to
boy.
appreciate the real unique qualities of
Yeah.
everything.
I finally got what he was doing.
As like a composer and a producer, it like immediately struck me as like one of the most beautiful things ever created. So
Yeah.
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 it's just-
I can't think of any album that's really like what he did on that one for sure.
like whoever Bon Iver works with, his audio engineer, I forget his name, but he's a genius. Like he's such a pioneer of so many random little things that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Didn't him and his producer like make a custom instrument or something for that album? Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe you would know more about
you
that.
hear it in like
45.
Yeah, 45. So in the song 45, you hear this complex series of like computers and different plugins and all that kind of stuff and like different analog equipment that they ended up calling the Messina, which is actually named after his audio engineer, but I forget his first name.
Okay.
But yeah, he invented this thing for this song so that they could process the saxophone and other things through it. And they just created this beautiful, unique sounding thing that I've never heard before. And it was amazing. Like it blew my mind when I heard it for the first time.
Yeah. Cool. And then, yeah, one final one, and this one's definitely less known. Twin Forks self-titled album. They're this super tiny band somewhere
yeah.
on the East Coast. Bit more upbeat, kind of folky. But I love the dude's voice, and again, I really like every single song on there. I think it all vibes really well as one kind of cohesive sound.
Yeah, Twin Forks is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
With that?
with that, we'll move on over to
Yeah.
question 11. Ooh, I
Question
like this
11.
question. What did a fictional character say that stuck with you?
A fictional character say that stuck with you.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer first or should I?
I've got one loaded if you need some time.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I've got two because apparently I can't just pick one of anything. Number
Sure.
one is a quote from Gandalf
Gandalf.
from The Lord of the Rings.
Is it you shall not pass?
No. I think it's actually like it's part of a bigger quote, but just this one line in particular.
Okay.
You will linger on in darkness and in doubt. And I just really like that.
Oh, I know where that. Yeah, I know that moment. Yeah.
I think he says it to Frodo. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just that one line. Like anytime personally I'm having a really hard time, or when I think about like the world at large and things seem crazy and scary and whatnot, like that one really just helps ground me.
Yeah, it's a really nice sentiment.
Yeah, it's just such a short, beautiful little line that I guess I can really relate to.
Yeah.
So shortly after recording this episode, I decided to do a little movie marathon and rewatch The Lord of the Rings. And I found out that I was mistaken on the quote I just told you guys about. It was not Gandalf that said it. It was Elrond. Just wanted to do a quick little correction because I know there's some people out there that are real passionate about The Lord of the Rings. And Elrond, not Gandalf. Thanks, guys. And then the second one is definitely a lot more recent. It is spoken by Vision from the great, fantastic show WandaVision.
Yes.
And he says the line, "What is grief if not love persevering?"
And
I just, oh my God, that line just hit me like a truck. I thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah, when he was talking to Wanda.
Yeah. Kudos to the writers. Holy shit. Loved it.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Yeah. So that
is a really nice.
Yeah, that would be mine.
Really nice way to look at grief too, which is nice.
Yeah.
For me, I think one of my favorite like movie quotes is it would be from Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a beautiful movie. I think it's based on a book, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Book thing. I love the movie because it's got Emma Watson in it, and Emma Watson's just the best.
Your number one celebrity crush, right?
My number one celebrity crush.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, no. Paul Rudd plays a small character. He's a teacher. And the main character asks him, like, why do people choose the wrong people to love? And Paul Rudd's character turns to him and says, people accept the love they think they deserve.
Oof.
And that always stuck with me because it really, it opened my eyes to, this idea some people aren't willing to love beyond what they believe they deserve to be loved by.
Yeah.
Or who they believe they should be loved by. So yeah, it really hit me. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful line.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
With that, what's the next question?
Question number 12. Why do you like to be alone?
Why do I like to be alone?
Ooh.
Well, Matt Corby, it's good to be alone because I'm an introvert and I like being alone. I really do like being alone. I like being alone because I'm an introvert. It takes a lot of energy out of me to be around people. I do love being around people, and I do love the people in my life, but I only have a certain amount of energy to expend before I get pretty drained, and then I need to recharge on my own. And I just like having moments on my own. I like enjoying things on my own. I like listening to music on my own. I just like being inside myself because I also like my brain. I like being inside myself, but I also like my brain. And I feel like it took me a long time to get to the place where I actually enjoyed my headspace.
Yeah. That's an accomplishment. A big one.
I like having conversations with myself. I like being with myself. And that's why I like being alone.
Good answer.
How about you, Jesse Thomas?
I'm also an introvert. So I like being alone because, well, number one, I think maybe a bit self-explanatory is I'm accountable to no one when I'm by myself. I can do what I want. I can go where I want. I can just kind of...
Yeah, you have no accountability, no responsibility, just you and you alone.
Yeah, there's some freedom there. And then also maybe I really like to take stock of my day. You know, I really like each night I kind of like to reflect on the day that I had and just kind of go over things a little bit and take stock of the day. And I can't really do that when other people are around, you know?
Sure.
So yeah, for those reasons, I kind of
I dig that.
Enjoy my alone time.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, question 13.
Question 13.
What do you think is scarier? The idea that we're alone in the universe or the idea that we aren't? Why?
The idea that we're alone or the idea that we aren't? I think for me, the idea that we're alone is scarier than the idea that we're not.
Why is that?
The reason is that it doesn't bode well for our species if we're alone. Because that means that if we weren't alone at some point, or if the Earth wasn't the only planet bearing life, then eventually all those species died out.
Right.
And we're next.
What do they call that? The Great Filter, right?
Yeah.
We have
Great
no idea
filter.
if we're ahead of it or if it's behind us kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Wow.
terrifies me because if we are not alone, that's hope for our species because other things have survived past certain points or they're growing into certain points. But if we're the only ones, then how long are we going to be here? You know?
Yeah.
So that's why it's scary for me because I just don't know.
Okay, so I have the opposite view. I think the idea that we're not alone is scarier.
Okay.
Because for the most part, the vast majority of our planet, I think, kind of already operates under the assumption that we are alone in the universe. I mean,
Sure.
we have no evidence for it thus far. And for the most part, yeah, we're doing okay. You know, we've existed for millions of years so far as human beings, Homo sapiens.
That's true. Sure.
And yeah, we're doing okay. So I think it's a lot scarier, the idea that there's aliens out there because, and maybe I'm just a bit pessimistic about it, but I feel like the odds are lower that if we were to come in contact with like alien life forms or if they come in contact with us,
Yeah.
I feel like the odds of them being friendly are a lot lower than the odds of them being hostile.
Okay.
That's just my own opinion about it. With that being said, I do kind of believe that there is life somewhere out there in the trillions of stars with the billions of suns and all
I think
that fun
there's
stuff.
far less likely that we're alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it has to be like if it's possible that there's life on our planet, then it has to be possible on other planets.
Right? We're not that special on Earth, are we?
And we have discovered potentially life-bearing planets out there. We just can't observe them closer to know if there actually is life on them.
Yeah, thousands at this point, right?
Yeah. So I truly believe that there are other developing species, perhaps there's even species that have developed beyond our level
Yeah.
of society or anything like that. Technologically, they've grown past our current point. Who knows? I do think that there are more than just us. I don't think we can truly be that unique.
Yeah. I think in a perfect world, we'd have a society like ours who maybe we can like somehow figure out through like radio waves or something how to like talk to each other.
I mean, sure.
But maybe both civilizations, like both us and the aliens, don't have the technology to like get to each other. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that would maybe be like the perfect situation.
Well, you need to be able to communicate with something that's faster than light, which doesn't exist.
Yeah, or have the world's slowest conversation, I guess, right?
Yeah, it would take hundreds of years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. All right. What's the next question?
Time freezes for 48 hours, and you're the only thing not affected. What do you choose to do?
Take a 48-hour nap?
Catch up on my sleep?
Yeah, consequence-free nap.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I just pull a bunch of people's pants down.
Yeah, I would rob a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a pretty generic answer, but like they're insured and if I can get away with it scot-free, I don't think anyone's going to get hurt by it and I could stand to gain a whole heck of a lot. So
You know what I would do? I'd rob a bank and put all of that money into another bank. Transfer
Oh
an
my
entire
God.
bank's money to another bank so then all their money doubles.
Do you think they'd report it or would the...
I don't know. I'd watch them closely, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because one bank would be like, we got robbed somehow. And the other bank would be like, oh, no, that's way too bad. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You know?
What a weird problem that would be for,
Yeah.
for the benefiting bank.
Yeah. Like, how do we hide this? We need to launder it.
Yeah. Do you think maybe the employees would like realize what went down that somehow they have like double the
Yeah,
amount in their vault or something?
don't report it. Don't report this.
Yeah, and each day, like every employee just takes like a little bit home or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wild. Because like, I don't know. If you were to report that to like your higher ups, you know, like,
Like, hey, we have too much money.
yeah, they'd be the ones to benefit. Like if you,
Oh, yeah, they would take all the money and be like, oh, no, there's too much money. And then,
yeah. Thanks for reporting this. Here's like a 5 cent an hour raise.
yeah.
Pats you on the back
Meanwhile, all right, we're going to take all this money now.
and buy another yacht.
Buy jet skis.
I love me some jet ski. All right, so question number 15. If you had enough money to build your dream house, what's a strange room or feature you'd include?
You know, I've thought about this.
Okay.
And I haven't really decided what, but you know that house that has like the stairways and doors that go to nowhere?
I think
You've
so.
heard of that, right?
Are you talking about like the World's Fair one with like the serial killer guy who did that?
No, it was this it was like this haunted house that had a bunch of, it was to confuse ghosts.
Okay.
That was
To confuse
It was to
ghosts?
confuse ghosts.
But they can like walk through walls. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
shouldn't
but
even-
it was to confuse ghosts.
All right,
you're
okay.
not listening to me.
Oh my God.
They put doors and windows and like windows that like didn't look out and like doors that went nowhere and stairwells that ended at random places.
Okay.
Now, I wouldn't do that, but I just wanted to mention it
All right.
because it's dumb as hell. But Something that I've always dreamed of having in my life is like a sub basement, like a really, really far into the earth sub basement.
Ooh, yeah.
With like it's just like really nice chill space. I'd probably build like a studio down there.
Like how many floors down do you think you'd want?
I think
Infinite money, you know? Let's just say you got like infinite resources. You can make this happen. Whatever happen if you want to make it happen.
like I'm talking like 10 sub basements,
Oh, I love that.
right?
Yeah.
And just like have like a normal unsuspecting looking house on the surface. Just like have like a little bungalow
Yeah.
and then an elevator that goes down to the 10 sub basements.
Ooh, I like that.
I think that would be like the coolest house because I already like basements and just having like an entire underground compound would be amazing, I think.
Yeah.
So that's what I
agree
would
with
do.
you. Okay. For me, there's 3 things I would really want.
Okay.
So I really like rock climbing or bouldering and whatnot, all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. So I would definitely include a rock climbing gym
Okay.
on my house.
Yeah, for sure.
I would include some sort of like secret living room type chill space. Like
Okay,
probably
like a hidden door type thing?
Yeah, probably like a theater or something. Yeah, with like a really cool entrance.
Yeah, like those rock doors that kind of fuse.
Yeah, or like
And
behind a
create a wall.
bookshelf or
Yeah.
like pull like a Bruce Wayne and you like press a note on a
Yeah.
piano and the door swings open. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And then also the final thing I would have in there would be some sort of like spire. I really like the idea of like those
Okay.
rooms with like, you know, those really old kind of
Yeah.
Victorian houses and stuff like that. I think it's the movie Cheaper by the Dozen where one of the kids has like a bedroom up there. And ever since
Right.
I saw it, I've been like obsessed with that idea.
Have like gargoyles on the outside of it and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd have, cool spiral room, secret theater room somewhere in the house, and then,
Yeah.
climbing gym. Yeah. So that's my answer.
Cool.
Question number 16. Getting
Okay.
close to the end, folks. What is the most effective psychological trick you use?
Well, there's a couple that I use. There's one that I've like always used just to battle like anxiety and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's called evidence testing. It doesn't always work, but basically what you do is you create a list in your head. And with that list, you kind of like list off all the things that you're thinking of, like what kind of stupid shit are you saying? Or
Like, can you
I'm
give me
not
an
good at-
example, maybe?
Like, okay, so here's like a really stupid example, but like I really suck at guitar.
Okay.
See, that's something I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
I would make a list in my head of all the things that I know logically to be true. I've been playing guitar for 15 years. I've practiced more than 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I've accomplished things using only a guitar. I've been playing this instrument. I know this instrument. I'm very good. You know, you just make a list of things that you know.
Yeah.
And then use that evidence against the thought that, man, I really suck at guitar.
Right.
And it's like you just have to kind of beat it. Just keep on beating those facts into yourself until it's like, okay, I'm just being dumb.
Yeah. You're killing like your anxious thoughts with like
Yeah.
logic, I guess, right? That's cool.
Yeah. And then another thing on that vein is whenever I'm being like mean to myself or having like a very self-deprecating conversation with my own self, I just like to think of what it would be like if I were saying this to like, say, you or like a friend or like anybody.
Yeah.
And like if I were to say like a quarter of the things that I say to myself, I would be alone. I would have no friends.
Yeah.
Like it's just the worst shit.
I do the same thing, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that one really effective of like, oh, wow, you are not being your friend right now.
Yeah.
Holy man.
And like you would get straight beaten for saying some of this shit. So just shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your worst enemy doesn't deserve the shit you're saying, then, you know, why?
Then you probably
why do
don't
you?
either.
Yeah. Why would you? Psychological trick that I use. Well, I kind of touched on it in another episode. It's not really a psychological trick, but the biggest thing that I use day to day is know better, be better, or know better, do better.
Know better, do better.
Just this silly little phrase that pops in my head whenever I think of doing something I probably shouldn't do or something
Yeah.
like that.
You actually mentioned that in the last episode. Too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But I use it the most, and so I feel like it warrants being said again.
Yeah. It's a nice little mantra to have, I think.
Thanks. Yeah, of all the things I've tried and looked at and researched on and stuff, for whatever reason, that one stuck.
Yeah, just connects with you.
Yeah, and well, I'm sure I use other psychological tricks. I can't really think of any more right now, so
Sure.
that's my answer.
Yeah, cool.
Neat. Question number 17.
17.
What's the most I'm turning into my parents moment for you? Or what's the most I'm turning into my parents moment that you've had?
Well, personally, you really have to know my dad to like understand how I feel like I'm turning into him sometimes,
Okay.
just with like his very specific mannerisms.
Yeah. Okay. Can I give like maybe the listeners like a quick rundown
Sure,
on what your
man.
dad
Like,
is like?
I can't really accurately describe my dad because he's my dad, but like from your perspective, just let me know.
Oh, I'm so
What do you
excited.
think?
Okay. So his name is John. He is the most classic dad. Like he's the most stereotypical dad that you've ever seen. Like he's such a dad's dad, you know?
Yeah.
He's constantly keeping busy. He putters around the house a lot. He's got something going on with his eyes, so he can't really see well in the dark. So he's always got a headlamp on.
Always.
And he is not afraid of shining that sucker right in your freaking eyes when he's trying to have a conversation with you.
Yep. No, he never turns it off.
Yeah. He's a busybody. He's a fixer-upper, you know, like he's a very handy kind of guy. As far as socially, he's definitely an extrovert, and he is the coolest example of just like a friendly, non-judgmental extrovert. Like I've seen him go into social situations and just like swing and a miss, just fall so flat on his face of like a joke he's trying to make or like some sort of point he's trying to get across.
He doesn't give a shit.
And
he just keeps going.
Yeah, he doesn't get fazed by it. Like he will keep going until he makes that connection with whoever he's trying to speak to. And I just think it's the coolest thing to see. And I really like that part especially. I really like aspire to be like. But he's just like this cute puttering around dad.
So yeah, I see myself doing that more and more often. I definitely putter around a lot. I just got a headlamp that I actually use.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly fixing things or working on something or like adjusting things or just doing all that. And sometimes I'll just find myself wandering around the house looking for something to do. And that's exactly what I think. Like, oh shit, this is dad. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me turning into my parents. It just happens a lot.
I see the parallels between you and your dad for sure. Oh, one more thing. You guys are both really stubborn.
Yeah.
So if there's like a problem that needs fixing, like
we will work.
Yeah. Like for like
endlessly.
4 fucking hours for something like so menial, like maybe an HDMI cord won't work or something, or I don't know.
We will not give up.
Yeah. You have to get it done. You have to solve it. Yeah.
Yep.
Which as your friend, I'm appreciative of because I don't have nearly that level of patience for things like that. But hey.
Yeah. How about you?
For me, the biggest moment I ever had in my life was, so I was a residence assistant through university.
Yes, an RA.
An RA. I was a freaking RA. And I think it was my second meeting with a couple of residents. They were just having some problems and I needed to chit chat with them and I just like wasn't impressed.
Right.
And I'm not going to go into like the super details or anything because it's kind of hard to describe kind of what my dad was like.
Sure.
But kind of as I'm sitting there kind of reaming these residents out for whatever it was that they were doing and just saying like, you know, like this isn't high school anymore. Like you're growing into young adults. Like these are the things that are expected of you and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like I kind of had an out of body experience as I was like mid-sentence with these guys and just had like this weird like flashback to the million times my dad sat me down and like kind of told me he expected
Kind of reamed you
more or
out and
whatever.
like,
Yeah, and I think in that conversation I used like 3 freaking classic, you know, pat lines and just I couldn't believe how much I sounded like my dad when you know, my whole goal is to really
just
not.
like it comes out. It just manifests in like the weirdest times. You don't even like imagine that those things are inside of you, right?
Yeah, it was so weird. It was even now just thinking about it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like the people that raised you are suddenly just like showing up in your daily life or something like that.
Yeah, my vocabulary, especially in that moment. Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, that'd be the biggest one.
Cool. What's the next question? This is question 19, right? 18 or 19?
No, we're on 18.
We're on 18?
We are on 18. So thank you if you stuck around this long. If you could learn the honest truth behind any rumor or mystery from the course of human history, what secret would you like to unravel?
There's a lot of. Do you have one? Specifically in mind?
I guess so. Without thinking about it too deeply.
Yeah.
Roswell, I guess, you know. See what the government thought of the UFO sightings, what really went down there. And
yeah, I've always been fascinated about that.
Yeah.
I guess there's a few I have in mind, but there's this one specific one that I've been researching, or not researching, it just came up. It's called the Bloop. Now, the Bloop was this insanely loud deep ocean sound that was caught on multiple coastal microphones, underwater spectral microphones. And nobody knows of a single living thing that could create this loud of a sound because it was heard from 5,000 kilometers away.
Okay. Can you listen to the sound?
You can. You just have to look up the Bloop.
Okay.
And it'll just come up with like this this long analysis and you can listen to the sound.
What is it? What does it sound like?
It sounds like a bloop. That's why they called it. Like it's like very much like a bloop, like that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, but you could
Okay.
hear it from 5,000 kilometers away.
Okay.
Now, there's no such thing as a blue whale that can project that much sound.
Okay. And that is kind of the loudest creature on the planet,
Loudest,
right?
largest creature that we know of.
That we know of. Okay.
But the bloop theoretically would have had to have been created by something much larger.
Right.
So there's the potential that there is a creature that we have not yet discovered in our ocean that is much larger than the blue whale. And that scares the shit out of me, but I want to know.
Yeah, wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a theory about your bloop.
Okay.
Because you said it sounds like bloop, right? Like
Yeah.
bloop?
It was heard
Right.
on multiple microphones from multiple coasts.
Okay,
so.
here's my theory, and it's totally wrong. It's not going to be right. But some sort of earthquake happened deep on the floor of the ocean,
Sure.
and a crack formed in the ocean. Like a crack formed along the bottom of the ocean
Yeah.
and created all this extra space. So maybe the bloop sound that was so loud was just this massive amount of water rushing down to like fill the space that this earthquake created.
You see, that wouldn't be loud enough, though. And also,
I don't know.
I think they've determined that it had to have been created by an organic life form.
Oh,
I think they were able to determine that it came from like a vocalization.
huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Maybe it was like, because whales are like super smart. Maybe it was like a pod or like multiple pods of like orcas or something. And like maybe they all just like for some reason all
Just all at once.
blooped at once. I don't
But
know.
apparently that wouldn't be loud enough either. It would have to be like substantially larger.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look this up for sure.
Yeah,
then.
definitely look it up. It's very cool.
Yeah. Neat.
I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah. I've never heard of it before. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Question 19.
Oh, shit.
What's the dumbest thing you actually believed?
The dumbest thing I actually believed.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. Because I've believed a lot of stupid shit. I was a pretty gullible kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of the smaller things I believed as like a teenager is that when you shave hair, it grows back twice as thick.
Right.
Just like the typical rumors. I think for a while I believed that when sex education first became a thing, I believed that you couldn't get pregnant on the first time.
Oh, okay.
Like it was just impossible. Actually, yeah, that might be the dumbest thing I believed
Yeah.
for
okay.
a while, like from like grade 6 to grade 8, something like
Okay,
that. And
okay.
then, or maybe it might have just been like a year. And then I learned a bit more and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you can get pregnant after puberty.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada.
Well, you were a kid, that kind of
Yeah.
excuses it for sure.
Yeah, when you start learning about that shit, you just like believe anything your friends tell you, you know?
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
How about you? I know I know what it is.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I was a kid
Yeah.
for this little tale. So, keep that in mind.
I do blame the adult in this situation, but I still think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm embarrassed by how long I believed it.
Okay.
I got adopted when I was 5.
Yeah.
I had spent my whole life up until that point living in Vancouver, the city, like the deep inner city. I'd never really left anything like that.
Yeah,
I'd
you
never,
didn't really know rural areas or anything.
Yeah, no idea. So get picked up and we're driving to interior of BC where my new home was going to be. And for the very first time, I saw farmland,
Yeah.
which I'd never seen before. And I see this field of hay bales, like these, it's this circular hay bales sitting in the field.
For sure.
And I ask my dad, what are those things? And he says, oh, like those are marshmallows. That's what they are. And I kind of thought to myself and I questioned it. I was like,
That's
wait.
where marshmallows come from.
Yeah, they're grown in farmers' fields naturally. I'm sorry, I should preface this by saying these hay bales were covered in a white like plastic
Yeah,
to like
they
protect
wrap them before
Yeah.
the winter sets in and everything.
Yeah. So I was a little skeptical and I said, wait a minute, those are like huge. What are you talking about? And then my dad said, oh, well, so casually. Oh, well, they get shipped off to a factory and then they get cut down to smaller size, but that's what freaking marshmallows are. And then, I don't know, an hour or so later, we're going by and then we see another field full of hay bales, except these ones are not covered in the white plastic wrap.
They're
regular.
not wrapped, yeah. They're raw.
Yeah, they're raw freaking hay bales. And I go to my dad. I'm like, oh, wait a second. What the hell are those?
Yeah.
And without like batting an eye, he just says, oh, those aren't ripe yet. And so it took me until I think grade 7 is when it finally got pointed out to me that those are not in fact marshmallows.
Oh,
but like,
no.
yeah, from age 5 till I don't know, however old I was in grade 7, I believed
I feel
that
like that's
marshmallows.
like 12.
Yeah, maybe around 12. So 5 to 12, I believe that marshmallows were grown in farmers' fields
My goodness.
and that they were cut down.
That's
to
a long
size.
time to believe that too. Like
Yeah.
to not come across that information ever again.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I just took it at face value and
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, poor little Jessy.
Yeah. That was quite gullible. It makes for a good story. So,
Yeah. All right. What's our final question?
All right. Question number 20. What is something you actually love about yourself?
Something you actually love about yourself.
A
I
little
like
more-
this one because it's like just a little like
A little warm,
happy
a little
thing,
fuzzy.
like
yeah.
learn to appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
If I were to pick one thing that I really love about myself, it would probably be I never really learned super hard. Like I never really looked into it or had to work on myself to understand and empathize with people.
Okay.
And I've always been thankful that I could put myself in other people's shoes and like really understand and like be there for people and like be a safe place for some people.
Yeah. I would agree with that as your friend,
Yeah. And I think that's something I really like about myself because I just never really tried to be that. It just came naturally and I feel good about it.
As
And
you
I'm always
should.
working on just being a safe place for people. So that's something I like about myself.
Nice. Mine would be physically. I like my smile a lot.
You do have a good smile.
Yeah. Of all my features.
You got like perfect teeth and nice
Yeah.
bright white smile. And it's a very happy smile.
no
too.
braces, son.
Yeah.
I lucked out hard on that one.
Jealous as fuck about that. But yeah. Yeah, you do have a very bright, nice smile.
Thank you.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
showing it off.
Yeah.
In case you listeners can't tell. But
Yeah.
and then personality wise, I guess I think I'm pretty supportive of my friends. Like I'm always down to
Yeah.
help someone see a vision through.
Well, yeah,
You know?
I mean, that's pretty evident in the fact that we made a podcast. So,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the origin
a lot
story
of
on that
other
one is
things.
one day Matt was like, "Hey, you want to make a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, sure."
yeah, it was
now
pretty
here
easy.
we are.
And yeah, I mean, one of your favorite things to do for people is like help them move, which is like nobody's
Yeah.
favorite thing to do for anybody. So,
Yeah, I think like any shitty thing is going to be made less shitty by having a friend there.
Yeah.
Just like as a freaking baseline general rule. So
I think we as your friends all appreciate that.
yeah, cool. I feel appreciated for sure.
Well, good.
But yeah, I really like that aspect
Feel
about myself.
appreciated,
Like
you piece of shit.
it doesn't feel like extra work when you're doing it with a friend. So
Yeah.
yeah.
When we're all working together.
Wow.
Well, shit. Okay. So that's 20 questions from AskReddit. I think that was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys kind of got to know us a little bit better.
Yeah.
And
Let us know if you want us to do anything else like this. And yeah, it was really cool. I like this.
yeah, it was
It was a good time.
it was quite fun.
A little more free form than the stuff we're planning on doing. So
Yeah.
was a good time.
We've planned out a couple more episodes. I'm really, really excited to get them recorded.
but
get
we're not
them in
going
the
to say
bank.
what they are. So then we don't,
Yeah,
so
no.
we're not locked in, but we do have some new episode ideas and we'll be coming out with some new stuff for you. And we're really excited to do that too.
Yeah. So with all that being said, thanks for listening and go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed.